Get ready. Be in a meditative position. Be in the vibrations of the sound of conch. Get ready to chant Om 7 times. Make your statement of purpose. I am chanting Om, creating a protective energy field around me that keeps me protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. I am creating 3 layers of protection. On the outermost layer, I have 6 friendly creatures, an elephant behind me, a peacock in front, a tiger on my right side, a lion on my left side, an eagle above my head, and a black tortoise below me. Inside of that, I have a big ring with balls of fire. I am lighting all the balls, allowing a firewall to go up all around me as a protective layer. The third layer of protection comes from the energy of sound Om that I'm chanting. Take your awareness to your perineum at the cervix for ladies. Visualize a 4 petal lotus. As you chant mantra Om, visualize the energy of color red coming out from inside your spinal cord in the subtle channel called Shushumna Nadi, sprouting out from the center of your head and falling all around you like a layer of protective fountain. As we scale up, the color will change, the number of petals in the lotus will change, but the rest of the visualization remains the same. So visualizing the color red, take a deep breath for Om chanting. Take your awareness to Swadhisthana chakra at the spinal terminus, 6 petal lotus, orange color. Take a deep breath. Increase your pitch a little more. Take your awareness to Manipura chakra behind your navel, 10 petal lotus, yellow color, increase speech further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Anahata chakra behind your heart center, 12 petal lotus, green color, increase pitch further, take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Vishuddhi chakra behind your throat pit, 16 petal lotus, blue color. Increase pitch further and take a deep breath. Am I audible? Just give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Yeah. Take your awareness to Ajna Chakra behind your eyebrow center. Indigo colors, 2-petal lotus. Increase pitch further. Take a deep breath. Take your awareness to Sahasrara Chakra, center of the top of your head, 1000-petal lotus, white color. Take a deep breath, increase your pitch further.
Testing microphone 1 2 3. Testing microphone.
Sir, I have injured my knee, so I may not be able to do everything.
Okay. In fact, we are doing the practices for the leg. So you must be careful. The leg in which there is injury, please don't move it. The one which is not injured, that you can practice.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Shanti mantras. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamadidastu Ma Viddishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Keep your hands in Linga Mudra. Interlace all the 4 fingers. Left hand thumb is standing erect. Right hand thumb and index finger will be rotating around the left hand thumb. And keep the hands near the chest. Follow me making a statement of purpose. Before that, visualize the person to whom you pray normally in front of you. See a golden light coming from that person. penetrating your body. And now pray to that person by following my instructions. I am chanting to benefit from the vibrations of sound energy, to maintain the best of health, mentally and physically. Chanting the mantra every day helps me maintain the best of health, mentally and physically. All my brain cells and my body cells are operating optimally and in harmony with each other. I can feel your grace, my Lord, penetrating deep into my body, energizing each and every brain cell and body cell, keeping me in pristine health at all times. I bow down before you, thanking you for keeping me in pristine health, and I promise to put in my efforts for keeping this body in a healthy condition, befitting for you to reside inside my body in your effulgent form. If you know the chanting, chant along. Otherwise, just be in the vibrations of the sound energy. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityo Mukshiyamamritat. Om Triyambakam Yajamage Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti 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 Harigi Om. Very gently disengage your hands, keep them on your knees, keep your body immobile. In the steadiness of that body, experience the steadiness of your mind. See the reduced dissipation of your thought process. Bring your attention to your eyebrow center. Just be a passive observer of the thoughts as they flash one by one. And then ask yourself a question, where is the next thought going to come from? As soon as you ask that question, there will be a momentary pause in the thought process. Just relish that emptiness as long as it can last. Then repeat the question by varying it, by asking what is going to be the color of the next thought, what will be the smell of the next thought, what will be the origin, like that. On your own, keep asking questions and keep focusing on the emptiness between two thoughts. Now feel that you're completely grounded to Mother Earth. Feel confident that she will provide for all your necessities in life. Feel a surge of energy coming in from Mother Earth into your body, penetrating each and every cell in the body and the brain. Feel a unique confidence coming up in you, gives you the confidence to face up to all external circumstances, be they pleasant or unpleasant. Then very slowly stretch your legs out, and then very slowly lie down on your back for body scan. Lie down comfortably. Become conscious and aware of your body posture. Hands by the side of the body, palms facing the sky. Then pay attention to how your feet are. Are the feet flopped on the sides completely? Are the side of the feet touching the floor? Or are the feet raised up from the ground? If the feet are raised up from the ground, are they symmetrically raised on the right side and the left side? Is the angle between them and the floor the same on both sides? Then pay attention to your heels. How is the pressure between the heel and the ground? Are they similar on the right side and the left side? If not, which side seems to be pressing more than the other? Is it right or left? Just become aware. Then pay attention to the area between the ankle joint and the knee. Visualize the entire lower leg. How is it in relationship to the ground? Is it aligned along the ground, flushed along the ground, or is it raised away from the ground? If it is raised away, what is the gap between the calf muscles and the ground? If only one side is raised up from the ground, the other side is touching, just pay attention as to which side is it. Is it the same side that is pressing more on the heels, or is it on the opposite side? Then pay attention to back of the knees. How are they touching the ground? How much are they raised from the ground if they are not touching the ground? And is the pressure between them and the ground the same on both sides? If not, which side seems to be pressing more? Is that side the same as the side in which the heel is pressing more? Now pay attention to the knees, to the hip joint, particularly the back of the leg, back of the thighs. How are they in relationship to the ground? What is the pressure between them and the ground? Are they symmetrical on the right and the left side? If not, is the side pressing more on the ground the same as the one in which the heel is pressing more? Compare. Then pay attention to the buttocks. How are they in relationship to the ground? How are they pressing against the ground? And are they the same on the right side and the left side? If not, The side which is pressing more, is it the same as the heel which is pressing more? Now pay attention to back of the body, particularly the spinal cord. Is your coccyx bone and the sacral bone touching the ground? What about the lumbar vertebrae? Are they all on the ground, or if they are raised, to what extent are they raised from the ground? Then thoracic vertebrae, are they all resting on the ground? If not, which ones are raised from the ground? Then pay attention to lower back on either side. Are they resting on the ground? If not, what is the gap between them and the ground? Repeat the same for mid back and then for upper back. Now bring attention to shoulders. How are they resting on the ground? If they are raised above, what is the gap between the shoulder and the ground? Now pay attention to the neck and the gap between the neck and the floor. Can you gauge what is the gap? How big the gap is? If you were to fold or roll a towel, how much of the towel will you roll to close that gap? Mentally gauge. Then back of the head, how is it resting on the ground? Is it balanced equally on both sides? Or is it tilted to one side? Now one final scan of the various parts touching the ground, because you will be comparing them when we finish to see what is the differences. Then very slowly open your eyes. You can watch the practice first and then we will practice. We are on lesson 5, myth of aging. In lesson 1, we dealt with the back muscles. In lesson 2, we worked with the front muscles, mainly the rectus abdominis. In lesson 3, we worked on the internal and the external oblique muscles on the sides of the body. In lesson 4, we put them all together in a cross-lateral twist of the spinal cord. And now in lesson 5, we are working on the leg muscles. But when you work on the leg muscles, they have an impact on the upper part of the body, as you will realize at the end of today's session. So watch the movement first. You're lying down on your floor. First we'll work on the right side. So you'll slightly bend the right leg like this. It's straight, bend it slightly. Then lift the leg.
Ramesh,
Yeah.
I can't see you.
You can't see, I'm sorry. So you're lying
I can
like-
see you now.
Pardon?
I can see you now.
Yeah. Now you're keeping the leg straight. The right leg is slightly folded. So the knee tends to move a little on the right side. In this position, you will raise your right leg, start moving the foot closer to the chest. The knee will start going down towards the floor. To make it go more, you will try to lift the left side of the body If possible, you will touch the ground, otherwise, wherever you can go. As comfortable as you are, don't force yourself. And then you will take the leg back. So you will breathe in when you are bringing the leg out, taking the knees to the right side, and you will breathe out when you are taking it back. This is one move. You will do 5 rounds of this. So the first move, when you're lifting the leg, when you're lifting your right leg, the right knee goes on to the right side. Thereafter, the right knee will go to the left side. You will lift the right side of the body and try to bring the foot up. And then take it back. Again, breathing in, turning to the left side, the knee touching the ground or anywhere close, the foot is up. And then breathing out, you take it back. And after you have done the first and the second, you will combine them, whereby first round you will take the knee on the right side, and then you will take the knee on the left side. 5 rounds on each movement. Falguni, be careful if you have a knee injury. Do 5 rounds on each side and then stretch your legs and relax. When everybody relaxes, I'll give you the next instruction. The foot must come up. Your foot must try and come up. Just watch once again if you want. When you bring the leg and you are trying to take the knee towards the floor, let the foot come up. That's important. And take it back very slowly. Don't take it back very fast. In somatics, it's very important that you release very slowly so that the upper cortex will register what you are doing. Only then it will have the resultant benefit. Continue. Correct. Excellent. All of you are doing correct now. Only take it as much as you are comfortable. Don't force it. When you're taking the legs, be aware as to what happens in the movement. Does the movement push all the way up the spinal cord? Be aware of it. You can feel the movement going all the way up the body. Awareness is very crucial in somatics. Pay complete attention. How is the side of the body tilting? Is the opposite side coming up? What's happening to the shoulder level? Do you feel any movement in the shoulder? What does your head want to do? Does the head follow the foot, or is it staying stationary in central position? Be aware. Stretch your legs once you are completed. I'll wait for others to complete. Do it slowly. In somatics, slower is better. Relax. And now pay attention to the right side of your body and compare it with the left side of the body. Join both the legs and see if you feel any difference in the two legs. Is your right leg feeling as though it's a little longer than the left leg? Just pay attention. If it is so, don't worry about it. When you work on the left side, it will also lengthen and they will come back to their original position. Is the right side feeling lighter than the left side, or is it feeling more heavier than the left side? Pay attention. How is the shoulder on the right side as compared to the left side? On the right side, do you feel any difference in the way the heels are touching the ground? In the way the back of the knee is touching the ground? The right buttocks touching the ground? And do you feel the back on right side resting a little closer to the ground as compared to the left side? Pay attention and make assessment. Now when you are ready, slowly repeat all the three movements on the left hand side. Start slow, move slow, take your time, don't be in a hurry. First the knee will go to the left side, then it will go, after 5 rounds, it will go to the right side. Release slowly, that's right. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Take your time, feel the effect of the movement, allow the upper cortex of your brain to register it. Then it will keep the muscle relaxed and released. Contractions will go away. After 5 rounds, 5 rounds on the left side, and then alternate. Slowly, don't be in a hurry. Take almost 5 minutes for each side. Take full 15 minutes for all the three. We are working on the internal and the external rotators of the thighs. We are working on the abductors and the adductors muscles of the thighs. Very good. Relax, stretch your legs, and now join both the legs together and see whether they are in alignment with each other. Now see whether the left side of the body has become lighter as the right side has become earlier. And now pay attention to how your body is resting on the ground. Any change in the way heels are touching the ground, back of the knee is touching the ground, back of your thighs touching the ground. What about your buttocks? What about this spinal cord? Any improvement there? Are more vertebrae touching the ground now? What about the lower back, mid back and upper back? Are they resting more on the ground now? Just compare with what you saw the first time when you relaxed and now. Incrementally, what changes are there? Then get ready for the last practice, which is called the bow and the ski. So first watch and then you can practice. Both the legs are together. In this position, you will start bringing the knees towards the body. Both the feet are together. You will spread out the knees as much as you can. Bring the feet as close to your buttocks as possible. And then very slowly stretch your legs back. Once again, both the feet are together. Breathing in, you will join the feet together. Pull the knees towards the body. The feet comes closer to the buttocks. Take it as far as you are comfortable. And then breathing out, take it very slowly backwards. This is move 1, which is called a bow pose. In the second pose, you will start lifting the knees up, join the knees together, spread the feet apart, and bring them closer to the buttocks. And then when you're releasing it, the feet will come together and then you will bring the legs straight down. So breathing in, you will start lifting the knees up, keep them together, spread the legs out and bring the foot as close to the buttocks as possible. And then when you're going back, join them together and then take them sliding down all the way to rest on the floor. Once you've done both 5 times, then you will alternate by taking the feet together first, then taking it back, then bringing the knees together, then taking it back, bringing the feet together, taking it back, bringing the knees together, taking it back. 5, 5, 5 each, and then you will rest. When you are taking the feet back, you don't have to bring the knees together. The feet can just go from where it is, and the knees will just come down to rest on the floor. Correct. Correct. Lovely. All of you are into the mood of taking it slow. That's wonderful. Falguni, try and keep the feet on the floor itself. You don't have to lift it from the floor. Correct. Correct. Wonderful. Very good. Slowly, with complete awareness, allowing the upper cortex of the brain to register what you're doing.
Ramesh, what is the third move?
Pardon?
What is the third move?
Third move is alternate.
Oh, okay.
You bring this together, take it back, then bring the knees together, take it back.
Okay.
Okay. Slowly, 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 slowly. Don't forget to release slowly. Slow release. Slow release. Always slow. Correct. Perfect. Perfect. Once you've completed, stretch your legs out and finally do a body scan once again. Pay attention to heels and how they are in relationship to the ground, back of the knees, calf muscles, thighs, buttocks, spinal cord, and your back. You worked on the legs, but they also have an impact on the back. See how the back is now closer to the ground as compared to when you started. See the difference. How is the shoulder? Is the shoulder come closer to the ground as compared to what it was when you started? How is it that you worked on the legs and it has an impact on the shoulder muscles? Then turn to one side, gently get up, stand up and walk a little bit and see if you notice any difference in the way you walk around. And then come back and then discuss your experience. Good. Yeah, so tell me, how is it? Any changes you can notice, let me know. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, I felt very light. Body was really
Oh, very good. Body is now closer to the ground, right?
very much.
Very much, yeah. Next, Suvita.
Yeah, the feet felt like they were like firm and fully on the ground,
Okay.
and both the legs right till the hips seemed like very stable.
Oh, fantastic. Great to hear that. Yeah, next.
Sir, I could as if I'm just walking very calmly, feeling
Oh,
super light.
okay.
Yeah, so like as if I was floating.
Superb. Very good. Joy.
My body is much closer to ground now.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Feels longer. My body
Ah,
feels
great.
longer.
Oh, great, great. Falguni last. Can't hear you.
The movement was good for
We couldn't hear what you said. Movements were?
my knees, sir.
Oh, knees is hurting. Okay, okay.
It was better, sir. It helped.
Oh, oh wow. That's fantastic. Good, good. That's a good news.
Relax. All right. Now let us do a little bit of meditation. We have about 4-5 minutes to go. So first we will do Kechari Mudra with Ujjayi Pranayam in meditative posture. So you will actually roll the tongue inside. The tip of the tongue will touch the upper part of the palate. You will make a small hissing sound which somebody can hear only when they come very close to you. And then when you're breathing in, you will breathe in mentally, directing the breath from the left side of the nostril and letting it go from the right side. This is count 100. Then you will take in, direct it from the right side and take it out from the left side, mentally directing it, no touching the nose. That is 99. Then repeat 98, left to right. Repeat right to left 97. And at 96, you will take in from both the nostrils, take out from both the nostrils. And you'll keep counting down. If you miss your count because your thought wandered, start from 100 once again and see how far you can go till I start blowing the shang. Start carefully, watch your thoughts. Start. Get ready to chant Om 3 times. Make your sankalpa. You're chanting Om, creating protective energy field around you that keeps you protected from all external negative influences, antibodies, and viruses. Take a deep breath. Shanti mantras, peace invocations. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotir gamaya, mrityorma mritam gamaya, sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Rub your hands nicely when they are warm. Then keep them on your eyes. Feel the warmth flowing in from the palm into the hands, into the eyes, And then very slowly release your hands. Hari Om Tat Sat. So have a great week ahead. And we'll see you on Thursday. We'll be doing lesson 7, first part. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.